All right, guys, welcome back. We've got the SCA qualifiers going on right now. We actually just saw Warriors Gaming go up against TNC, and I shouldn't have ever doubted you, Kips, because you know them well, and they played that draft to a T.
You should probably always take what I say with like a little bit of salt, but you know, don't doubt
I'm NA.
TNC.
I bring my own salt.
don't doubt TNC.
Yeah, no. Is that going to be our theme that we have with Breaky? Just wait till we get to NA. Ooh, boy.
I'm double checking on the other series, by the way. PG Barrack is playing against Detonator right now in the other lower bracket match, and PG Barrack up 1-0 themselves. So, again, both of those elimination matches, the one we're casting here and that one. Let's keep you guys informed. We were talking a little bit during the break about how, you know, we hadn't really thought about Cuckoo being a core in that off lane, right? Yeah.
That was something that kind of popped up later, and Kips was like, oh, I didn't, you know, I should have known that. I should have thought of that. But, you know, it was the high risk, high reward because he ended up going for that Midas really early. And while it ended up paying off spades for him, it could have easily gone sideways as well because it's more time that he wouldn't have been able to do quite as much as he would have liked if they started, you know, if Warriors was just taking these fights just a little bit different. But,
I think that if he sees his contribution as mostly just, you know, shallow graves and then the shadow waves during the base defense, then yeah, sure, Midas doesn't matter one bit.
Can we take my favorite hero off the board though right now because unfortunately he is not. It is not in the.
I have no idea.
Captain's mode. This guy's a little too powerful to be in Captain's mode right now. I miss the days of IO toggling though. Toggling does not really exist anymore with that hero, but.
Yeah, the Midas pick was very interesting because, again, in the moment I remember talking about it, it's like, again, the idea that it's greedy now, there is a synergy with the bad juju, and we kind of saw that. And so that's what
sustained for days coming out from that team.
When we were having that discussion in terms of, you know, whether or not that was good, I ultimately came to the logic, and I'm sure they thought too, is they were already kind of an all-in on this later game strategy. So why not doing that a bit more with the Dazzle, even getting extra greedier, going the Midas? They were basically going to play, we got to win this late game or we don't win at all. And it got to the late game, and they were able to pull through. So tier 3 Roshan as well, as you pointed out, Kips.
Yeah. By the way, you're sitting there like you don't have anything to do, but that's a tiny and it's yours. That is not my cabinet, sir.
So far away. Fine.
All yours.
So who picked Tiny? TNC?
Yeah, TNC grabbed themselves a Tiny. We will not be seeing an Undying, a Lich, or a Tusk, and no Elder Titan, Earth Spirit, or what is that, Grimstroke?
Grimstroke, yep.
Tiny.
So no more Lich here, which is like that.
Who knows what's Tiny? I'm just going to put him
probably. I would say Tiny's most likely going to be a 4.
This is Tim's 100%.
Tim's Tiny?
Yeah, Tim's Tiny.
Okay.
Look at that little guy. He's so happy. Level 1 Tiny, the happiest hero in the game with his tiny
crease. He looks like Tim's. Like Tim's, no, seriously, when Tim's is playing,
Tim's a very happy player.
He just has this smile on his face. He's like, yeah, I'm just doing my thing.
So when you think of Tiny, think of Tim's, guys.
And then when you think of, actually, like that was, Raven is not on that team anymore, but when you think of Raven, think of a marshmallow. Raven is like a marshmallow.
I'm sure he loves that you're just telling everyone that he looks like a marshmallow.
Which stuff?
Yeah, I don't think any guy wants to be
small, round, and fluffy.
Yeah, but no man wants to be called a marshmallow generally, Kips. They like very masculine, fierce things.
Has he tried not looking like a marshmallow?
They go with the Witch Doctor Juggernaut, and Grimstroke and Lich both being banned, so we're seeing kind of those next tier supports coming out. Again, Witch Doctor moving up the list a little bit, I suppose, because of that Maledict.
A Maledict, man.
Yeah, decent partner for the Juggernaut. Doesn't provide the slow, but has that cast stun, of course.
Gives you some team fight, gives you some sustain. You've got 2 different heroes now, right? You've got the Juggernaut who's going to be able to use his own sustain, and then, of course, the Voodoo Restoration on Witch Doctor. Do you get the Terror Blade?
You know, why would you ever change a winning plan? Indeed. He can't have gone very far. That Terror Blade should just always be at...
No, every time Breaky does it, he takes one of the heroes out. He's like, oh, they're totally going to have this hero, like, for sure. And then it ends up not getting placed out at all, so.
I've actually started moving the Juggernaut and some other picks like that more towards the front, just because I know I'm going to be reaching for those a lot.
I'm sure by the end of this week, we're going to know exactly what everybody's go-to drafting, because everyone's still figuring out the patch, too. You know, there's a lot of, we see some of the comfort picks. You actually mentioned that while we were sitting in between games at one point. Like, you've got half the teams that are picking comfort picks, and the other half that's trying out the patch, and like the teams that are doing comfort are just waiting to see what they discover. Like, oh, that's a good idea. You know, have your enemies work harder for you, right?
As you know who told me that once?
Who?
I was Bulba.
Oh, okay.
Very wise man. It's like, you know, why would you go and experiment with stuff that might not work out if you can just look at other people doing it and then see like, this doesn't work, we're not taking that, this does work. Doink.
There you go.
Weren't they second pick in OD when no one else was at the China Major?
First picking, even.
They were even first, well, the first two, yeah. I mean, to be fair, you know, they got third place yet again, so that's good.
No, that was specifically apparently his strategy for dealing with LGD.
Okay.
And sometimes you just find those heroes where you know that, all right, if I pick this, half of their hero pool is just gone, and we're always going to be constricting them just by picking this one thing.
Yeah.
And other teams often underestimate that because they're like, well, you know, we should be able to deal with OD theoretically, but maybe they haven't quite seen how their strengths and weaknesses are, and they can't quite see how it messes with them, basically.
Shadow Demon. They like the Shadow Demon. I can't blame them.
All right.
It was working out for them.
Actually, still not mine.
Still my side.
Still not mine.
Beastmaster's still there. Look out for that one.
Oh, yeah.
Side of the Radiant. But Shadow Demon.
Tiny is solid. Kuku's a decent Beastmaster, but it just feels a bit too... Did you say standard?
What would you prefer to see him on then?
Like, you know, this is a Juggernaut, so normally I know he only does like the Crystal Maiden against illusion heroes and that sort of thing.
Okay.
But I really liked that when they did that, just offlane Crystal Maiden. Of course, during Malaysia, when I was coaching for them as well, they did the Shadow Shaman offlane as a response to all of the Morphling backups. That was great. But yeah, in this case, they have a Juggernaut again. I wouldn't actually be surprised if they would just pick up... Oh no, the Dazzle is bad right now.
Why am I sitting down?
it's like all that one right now.
So a hero that's interesting in terms of the Terrorblade matchup.
But it's not a matchup, it's on the same side.
Well, I'm not talking about... Okay. Getting to my point.
Sorry.
In terms of the Terrorblade, a hero that comes to mind that we do not see a lot right now, and I understand why, but Necrophos. You do have a Shadow Demon, Soul Catcher into a Reaper Scythe. Sounds pretty good. Probably not going to see it. Just putting it out there, though.
Yeah, but you know, with the Winter Wyvern, yeah, she often saves at points where people are at low health, and then you can just Axe is good as well, actually.
Oh, for the Culling Blade.
Both the Reaper Scythe as well as the Culling are really good reactions to that, but
all right, just saying.
It's really interesting. Yeah. Sorry about that interruption just now. It's like with a Winter Wyvern matchup.
Why do you think they're going Wyvern here, though? What's the plan?
Good against Juggernaut.
Yeah, like, Juggernaut can really kill his own team with that. As well as that, this is another save for the Terrorblade. Like, just get your Sunder off. And Dazzle is banned right now. You can even play the Winter Wyvern offlane. They could be doing that.
There's a bat.
Okay, that one's... Ooh, can you
I can, yes. I will take the watermelon.
Yeah, I was about to start throwing him around.
Batrider is great in the Terrorblade matchup.
Yep.
As far as the landing phase especially, so.
Oh, it's absolutely
going over a couple options there.
Is this where we see... No, probably not, because we've got the Tiny picked up already. I was going to say, you know, maybe a Nyx Assassin, right, is so good against a Batrider.
Yep.
Because of that Spike Carapace, you can cancel it out, make him, you know, have trouble getting out. But again, they've already got the Tiny, so I doubt that we see the Nyx Assassin pick up.
Could be offlane Nyx or, you know, offlane Tiny. They could interchange that still, so. They feel like they want
I don't think they want to, though.
Tiny's not cuckoo. It's just not. And maybe Armel could play it mid, but that's about it.
I don't think you want to put him mid, though.
No, it's pretty much guaranteed. But the Winter Wyvern could still be off. They might actually switch up the lane where the Terrorblade plays, so they might do the whole musical chairs thing.
I still go back to Beastmaster. Primal Roar is great lockdown against Juggernaut, even with the spin. Stopper for that, as far as him spin TPing, and just the Inner Beast aura is great with the Terrorblade synergy. Yeah. And it's objective push as well for them right now, which they're not lacking necessarily, but it's always good to have more of that.
Yeah, it's really very good. I'm not sure how the Beast does again in, like, if you put him in a lane up against a Batrider, if you would do sort of like a gentleman's agreement again. I don't quite remember that.
I would think he would do decent because the boars, if anything, with the slow against Batrider, even if he tries to Firefly away. I would think that he could harass pretty well.
You're faster during Firefly now as well. Oh, that is an Armel puck right there.
This is fun seeing some of these.
Armel classic.
Yeah, this one is actually on my side over here.
Puck, huh?
Oh, yes. This is like, much like, you know, the Nisha puck. You don't get to see it a lot anymore, but that doesn't mean that they're not, like, beastly on these heroes. Let's see.
Why did they pick it up here, though? Because were they actually concerned of it getting banned? That's the one question that I have. I know he's great with the hero, but it's not one we're seeing a lot right now. You don't know the mid-matchup yet. They're just that confident, huh?
I mean, it is one that you can switch to a side lane. I actually did put it, like, I need to. Gotta be accurate. I think that a puck in general is not the greatest last pick because you can actually be flexible with where you lane it still. This could also potentially be a cuckoo puck.
Okay.
So I'm saying Armel here just because I know that he's absolutely brilliant, but actually like Cuckoo used to play this mid all the time as well.
WG Unity does have the overall last pick, I'm realizing too, so there's that logic there of...
No, they don't. I don't think so, because the Tiny was all the way first, right?
No, it's TNC has this 5th pick now, and then it'll be WG Unity.
Oh, yes.
So,
wow, it is getting late, man.
Going back to that, it's so right. Picking up puck here, you're not worried about getting countered in that sense.
Yeah, what hour are we on at this point? What, 10 or 11?
Yeah.
For us, our shift, yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah. I think we're about 11 hours.
Nature's Prophet.
So they can...
Well, don't forget that slight buff that they put now where you can eat one of Nature's Prophet's trees, right?
The greatest tri-laner ever. So...
Huh.
So what's the last
Armel puck, Nature's Prophet for Cuckoo?
It's going to make them pretty mobile, which is pretty good, right? So if Tiny starts getting some going, especially with puck, you can just have the Nature's Prophet teleport in, provide support, or even just like split push, right?
I'd think that it would be like this.
I think Lena comes to mind for WG Unity.
Lena's not popular anymore, though. You don't see her much.
Not, but...
She didn't really get touched by the patch yet either, right?
Yeah, no.
I guess against Puck, she's not that great either, so...
No.
And Puck just has to tie attack base damage, too.
She is really very great against the Terrorblade.
Yeah.
And they don't, like, the tempo. Okay.
Just, they go in terms of this game. Okay.
And also, this is not TNC picking up. This is actually WG picking it up as well. Very interesting draft coming out here from TNC. They could still play, like, the Winter Wyvern can be 5 support, can also still be an offlane Winter Wyvern and a position 5 Nature's Prophet support. But that would put him up, like, that would put the Terrorblade on a very nasty lane with only a Nature's to support him, which is a bit big of a risk. Then again, we've seen that TNC doesn't really mind taking a step back and waiting.
Timbersaw does look really good here.
Yeah.
Against Terrorblade, he's great. Against Nature's Prophet, great. The mid matchup, I assume he does more than fine against a puck. So, yeah, against what Wyverns, Curse, I know he's not concerned. The Cold Embrace, he's not really concerned. So this
is a very good Timber game.
It is.
Really,
all right, so
that's my
see.
prediction. WG Unity. For that alone, I think the Timbersaw pick actually was a very, very good finish.
What about you, Kips?
Like, I am inclined to agree here, actually. This is, and I've lost predictions before where I went against this good of a Timbersaw game, which is really, like, that's really dumb because it is an amazing Timber game. I'm going to go with WG as well.
I'm going to have to jump on the bandwagon here because, again, this Timber, there's not that great of lockdown. It seems like it's a pretty good pickup against this team. Should be perfectly fine in lane against that puck. So I think we are all going for WG Unity.
We want game 3. That's what we really want, let's be honest.
For sure.
That's true.
No, Timbersaw is a great pick here, though. And as far as the other lanes go, again, the Batrider into the Terrorblade lane, that's going to be something I'm sure. I wonder if TNC is going to try to react to if they go aggressive with the Terrorblade. Obviously, if they do, of course, we can see the adjustments. So musical lanes is very possible here in this earlier stage.
And you want to avoid this. So they can't really do a switcheroo with the lanes for like the Nature's Prophet and the puck mid and off lane either. The puck is going to do decently against it, but you definitely don't want the Nature's Prophet up against a Timbersaw. That's one of those few lanes where Nature's just does not do enough.
Literally, science will overtake, you know, someone who's dedicated his life for cutting down trees. It's probably not a great matchup.
Is there a reason to just putting it out that like why you'd run Tiny mid instead of the Puck and put Puck on support. But that's not even necessarily a better answer. It's a decent answer to Timbersaw, but
it is like
it's not like that good either.
Like most strength heroes don't, but in this case, Tiny does decently well because of the huge last hit strength that he has.
It is Armel on Puck though.
Yeah, it is Armel.
Keeping it with that.
Cuckoo on the Nature's Prophet. I like that Tim's has already been spamming out those voice lines. That's just so typically Tim's.
Got the full invasion coming out here from WG Unity, though.
Yeah. Both these teams know that WG has a draft win.
All right, so how do they play this then? How are they going to ensure that they can hang in there long enough to make things happen, I guess, on the side of TNC?
So, honestly, like the rotations of this Timbersaw are going to mostly be making sure like you put him behind the towers that the Winter Wyvern is defending to make sure that you don't have this problem where you just get stuck shoving a creep wave back and forth against the Winter Wyvern who just splinter blasts it and goes ha ha while flying away really snootily. So I can't do her voice. But
that's perfect, don't worry.
I thought Winter Wyvern was sitting next to us here on the couch, so you know. I like it.
Ninja Boogie's dead.
It's a lot of sticky on him.
That's a sticky, the poisons.
Look at those charges.
One more poison, and boom, shakalaka.
Snap your fingers, Thanos.
Well, that means well, half. Never mind.
Spoilers, guys. Come on now.
Come on, everyone here has an internet connection.
You hope so. Otherwise, there's some sort of magic voodoo going on when they're watching this match.
No, I think it's a case of TNC, though. Just know that Timbersaw is going to have a great game early on, especially.
Yep.
Don't overthink it. Don't try to, send massive rotations, trying to kill him. It's almost that Broodmother effect, right, where you kind of just accept that he's going to win the lane, he's going to have a good start. Know that you'll eventually be able to start dealing with it later on in the game, address his teammates, lock everyone else down, and get, say, the Silver Edge on Cuckoo to kind of break through that reactive armor, then find your opening.
A lot of harass coming out over here on Tim's right now. Don't think it's quite enough to kill him. Oh, no, it's very close, very close. Cat's going to get a couple bounces, though, over here. Tree's going to get casually tossed out. The Witch Doctor. Cuckoo might be in for some trouble now. He's trying to break some ankles, trying to use these trees as his friend. He's going to go right back over to Tim.
Kill the Witch Doctor, oh, Tim's missing the body block. That is...
There it is.
Yeah.
That could be a dead Kong, though. No, he's fine.
Okay. Oh no, he used it already.
Juggernaut canceled that attack animation on Tiny, by the way. Having no armor, I actually wonder if that would have killed him, but if that was a bit of a misstep on his part. But either way, it's they get the kill on Nature's Prophet anyways, and still feeling pretty good about that. And oh well, apparently they killed Tiny too in the long run. Timbersaw, he's fine. Just taking some extra damage. Especially once he gets that first bracer, let alone if he gets another one, like, he's going to be unkillable, of course, in that at least 1v1.
He's just doing Timbersaw things right now,
And I think the changes to the reactive armor kind of stimulate him to go extra crazy in order to get those stacks as well. Like, you want to be diving towers and dragging all of this creep aggro because you need more stacks to get the same amount of regen up as before. And you do get more of them as well, so...
Armel early on is doing very good job with the CS. I would think that's kind of expected, though, too. Again, Timbersaw, it's going to be 3-4 before he starts really come online.
Oh, dear.
It's the CS.
Oh, Ninja Boogie.
He is in a lot of trouble.
Again, I think he's just dead. He can't really juke these poisons. That nice disruption. He's going to add this poison here. That's not going to be enough damage, though, actually.
Oh, no, he does have himself a stick, so... Gonna pop those charges.
That was pretty risky from him, but very well played. Definitely learned from the previous game being up against that.
Terrorblade, no surprise, having a tough time, as that's just a suicide there. But yeah, in the Batrider matchup, on the other side again, Batrider looking good, 15-5 against 8-1 Terrorblade right now. And you see Velo taking advantage of a little bit of a stack up to the side. Burn, baby, burn.
God, I can't just hear that nod. Follow up with Disco Inferno.
I was hoping you'd come through.
I got you. Don't worry.
What's the first item for Batrider this game? Those new drums especially actually do seem really strong on him too now.
Yeah, I would
the move speed increase.
I would say drums. For sure, get in, get out.
Drums in a blink sounds good.
Anything mobility based generally is very, very good for that.
4 staff against Sprout though, even against Dreamcoil. Actually, not bad too.
No.
This is what you're worried about.
There goes Gabby.
He's got a salve, he has bottle charge, so he's still fine.
No, we get a kill actually top lane. Hunt gets taken down here. Looks like Cuckoo in for a little bit of trouble here. He's got a lot of Maledict on him. Trying to find some more poison. Not going to be able to quite find it over here. Tim's. Let's run around in circles.
Kill the treants. Get some more poison stacks.
It's a lot of poison stacks. Yeah, look at that.
Didn't actually kill them though.
It's making it rain over there.
It matters not to me.
10. Oh, he actually killed. Oh, nice. Yeah, killed Armel. Going too deep in there.
Oof. This is starting to look real rough for TNC. Like, they're farming decently on the lanes, but all of these heroes that just died can't afford to die another time.
Top lane, Tiny in for some trouble. Gonna try to run himself out. They've got the spin though.
He's dead.
Yep, he is 5 pops.
Sniped.
See you later. Cuckoo trying to run himself away here. We'll be able to go and secure themselves those runes though while they chase back the Nature's Prophet.
This is one of the problems that you get when you literally can't be aggressive on your lane. You can't choose when you push it out, so the enemy is going to push it out when you do, and then they're going to grab all of the runes, because you have just no way to get away from that creep wave.
Oh, yeah, literally every single rune there.
Yep.
Going in favor of Warriors Gaming Unity.
And you know, where before TNC was CSing enough to make up for the fact that they were losing kills, oh, that was an aggressive orb.
That was very... I was about to say, like, how are you going to lock down this puck? But you've got a lot of rotation. The Witch Doctor's over there. You waited until he was very aggressive, and there goes Armel.
I mean, the timing was perfect. The supports happened to just get there to rotate to set up a gank, and sure enough, he goes aggressive with the orbs. So he must be doing that quite a bit, and that's probably why they picked up on it. They figured
he's been very aggressive, and I'm sure it's going to be very frustrating, right? Because Timbersaw is one of those heroes that, like, you can get him really, really low, but a lot of the times you can't seal the deal, and I felt like that's kind of what was happening in that mid lane. He constantly had
10 last hits up on him.
What was that? But
Tim's 3 stacks.
He's fine.
He's okay.
Too far.
Even with the Soul Catcher on him, that was just not quite enough.
I like this deep ward too over there by their shrine. It's really keeping tabs on, you know, what the items are, if they're stacking, what's going on. Oh wow,
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, Level 6 puck, really just about here. There we go.
Behind this tower. He can't do anything.
This Timber's just having the time of his life. Oh boy, rocks right into the puck over here. Gonna start trying out the saddle.
That's a Soul Catcher. It just comes off cooldown, but oh man.
One more.
It takes.
The Maledict.
Can I get him?
Is that level 2 Maledict, I think?
Oh gosh. Oh, when you need an uphill mischance, and Ice Frog says no.
I get me rotated in and popped the meta for this, but they can't hold the tower. They can't get any kills. That is just not it.
Warriors Gaming Unity going to have upwards of a 3,000 net worth lead as a team with this tower kill. Yeah, there you go. Pops up to 3K.
It's a 7-minute tower right there. But I mean, we've seen Warriors, you know, they ran over during the last game. Like, they were doing really, really well, and then, you know.
But they were never this much ahead.
That's true. They were about 1,000.
It was that, yeah. I mean, Terrorblade is farming decent, so that's still a fair point. I think Terrorblade...
Look at that. Kuka's just forced to TP.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to be there anymore.
He can't. So they're giving up that tower. They lost a mid as, like, their very first tower again. And I got a feeling that Trouble's about to break out on top as well. Kuka just teleported there.
Yeah. Looks like they've got their eyes over here onto the Witch Doctor. We'll throw out the trees. Toss back.
Yeah, an Omni Slash, but Tim's not giving him the chance. So yeah, this is that Timbersaw issue though. Level 4 reactive armor, he's pushing tier 2 by himself, but again, that Broodmother effect, you kind of just have to accept that he's going to farm like this.
Like, and if you want to deal with him, you're going to have to bring 2 heroes or more.
Oh, that's more.
Oh, Sunder comes out. This is the way that you kill a Timbersaw. Eventually, maybe? Question mark?
No.
Hello?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, and he's thinking about going back in. Oh, okay, there it is.
Whew. Yeah, Sunder is a way to do it, absolutely. Very good setup there, but...
Uh-oh. Oh, Armel. They thought about silence. Comes out though with that Waning Rift.
These are 4 Radiant heroes in the mid lane, dealing with 1 Timbersaw and like half a Batrider.
Well, it was like we were saying, you know, you accept that they have a Timbersaw and you just kind of work around it. But this time they just, I don't know, maybe they figure, all right, well, I've got the Sunder, let's see what we can make happen. But
yeah, if it was, especially if it was planned that way, like I am going to get low in the jungle now so that we can try for the Timber, that would be like A+ gameplay.
You think that was exactly what it was, though?
That might have been, actually.
Yes.
Very likely.
Could be.
All right, Carmel gonna have to run himself out here.
Maybe he gets to yes.
Trying to predict there.
Oh man.
Almost predicting. Need to be a little bit further out.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
What is Batrider going for? We'll check here in a second as Witch Doctor.
I think he had the...
Getting caught. Okay, he's sprouted up and the cask bouncing around, but eventually get a dag and 4 heroes are there.
Buying space.
He did go drums.
Yeah, he did go drums, and there's... Oh, this Terrorblade.
Good time.
See you later.
These are the kinds of deaths that the Terrorblade just did not have in the previous game at all. There were 0 of those. And right now they can just pick him off willy-nilly.
Just a really nice draft coming out from Warriors Gaming, and they're just executing it quite well.
Yeah. And it's only minimal adjustments, right? I still have 2 of the same heroes as they had in the last game. They sniped out the Witch Doctor this time. And then Timber and the Batrider are the real big changes, and it's just fitting together perfectly.
Timbersaw is going to be working on a pipe, it looks like. No Bloodstone this game. Building a pipe, and yeah, pipe's very
so
good against this Radiant side, especially when you're dealing with a mid-core puck over there. I
expect him to probably build up the Crimson Guard later as well. He's just, how's he going to die? How's anyone going to die?
That is the $1,000,000 question here.
The Silver Edge on Cuckoo, I think, is, and I wonder if he's even going to Shadow Blade, let alone a Silver Edge later on.
Middle lane, Tim's in for a little bit of trouble. Tosses back, though, on that Batrider. Says, I don't want this, thank you.
You can keep it.
Yeah.
Very nice, but no.
Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. Carmel.
I mean, you gotta do something. Like, you can't keep just tossing him back. At some point, you gotta do something.
Veil going to be worked on by Puck. I suppose it's the hero that you would expect to see it on, but albeit not a popular item in general.
You don't see that many Pucks, honestly, in general, too. It's like Pepita and...
Once again, this is not like the forward-facing item choice, but definitely the defensive item choice. He's just standing there accepting his fate. Poor Tim's.
Why not? Barely can move anyways. Omni Flash ready, but plenty nearby.
Yeah, and also you know that the Wyvern can just go and throw that.
Yeah, this.
You cannot Omni Slash TP anymore, remember, too.
Yeah, that's true. Dream Coil's going to get used. He's leashed up.
He could use it, try to delay, but yeah, no help was coming.
No.
Yeah. They were actually showing on 3 lanes, I believe, in WG Unity, which is never a good idea.
Yeah, well, these kills are very deceptive. It goes back to that was 4 heroes coming together to kill the one. And now Armel, he should be fine, I want to say, unless the Witch Doctor, Oh,
I need just a little bit more. Oh, look how fast he is, though. Look at him zoom.
A race car right there. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
For sure, for sure. You lose the Witch Doctor, and comes Gabby. We'll just get disrupted here. Got a little tree time. They toss in the Wyvern, and they're looking for some slow or something. Velo trying to run himself out. There's going to be that, yeah.
Omni.
Oh, Gabby. Oh, he manages to find that last hit. There's going to be the spin, turns back around. They don't have anything to kind of hold him in place. Haas comes out.
Tim's, you beautiful, beautiful man.
Fight seemed okay, actually, for TNC. Of course, the Terrorblade death hurts, but considering. They kill the Timbersaw again.
Oh man, I would have just laughed so hard if Mike managed to die there. It's like, Tim saved your ass, and now you're going back in.
He's good.
Oh man.
You see the Yasha coming along for Juggernaut. Make use of that early farm. He is top farm in the game currently. In fact, top 3 still belong on the Dire side. So it goes back to the point of, yeah, it's as great as these kills are for TNC that they've had, it's still the big picture.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the Juggernaut is dead, he can't actually farm. So that's something.
That's true.
It is very neck and neck, too, if you take a look at these net worths.
Well, it depends a bit, too. I like to look more at, like, where is the biggest gap if everything's close, and then you look at the supports. And the Shadow Demon is nearly a core in terms of net worth.
That's true.
And Ninja Boogie has nothing. Nothing at all. I wonder if he has much more on top of his boots.
Ooh. So there's a big stack over here of Ancients, and they just ping this area. So I think that they're going to try to control this.
What is tiny is not long for this world, I tell you.
Yeah, and I wonder if they're going to try to steal the Ancients now, or maybe they don't see it.
I feel like they've got to see it, right?
I don't know.
No?
Right?
Oh, now they do.
Yeah, I'm trying to go for that career.
This is the only Ancients you have left on the map as well if you're Radiant, so like if there was going to be an Ancient stack, it is going to be there.
Choose not to go for it though, and so they want Wyvern at the top
No
lane.
trees for you to hide in.
Nice curse.
Winter's Curse.
Dire's bottom tower is
I
under
have to flap those little wings and get away. Uh-oh.
tower has fallen.
All right, Dream Cloud's gonna get used. Snap comes through. Still a very dead Wyvern.
A puck.
Able to get the Witch Doctor at least with the Maledict ticking. I'm gonna respect that. In fact, Batrider, well, that was a courier, excuse me, flying in. Looks like Batrider.
Yeah, it's on fire.
Courier's
Don't
coming
wait.
after you.
Your guess is better than mine because I thought Monkey King for a second.
Okay, well.
And I'm just hearing the Flight of the Valkyries music as they go zooming on in. So
Do we have that on the stream too?
I don't think
feel
so.
Like, you know, we've heard all of the classics.
yeah, we've got some Beethoven on stream. We've got
Wagner
Joy.
Got a Blink Dagger on Velo. He had the Yules even queued up earlier, but
Ooh, there's the reveal. Tim's. Got down in his prime.
Tim's. He might still be smiling though. Like, oh man, they got me good. He's just like that sometimes.
Yeah, it's
That's
one of those
good though. Like, that's a good
Man's
attitude.
indestructible.
That is a good attitude. Just like, wow, that was pretty great, guys. Good job.
Yeah. Biased caster coming in here, by the way, just in case you guys didn't know.
I'm pretty sure that anyone who says they're not a bias caster towards at least one team is a liar.
It's like,
Complexity.
is that towards or against?
Why
Depends on
not
the day.
both?
He has a lot of very strong feelings, okay?
A level 15 on Puck's going to be important. I think it's like level 12 right now. Yeah, or level 11 even. But the new level 15, they buffed both of those talents. And I assume this game we're going to see the Spell Amp. Yeah, 15% Spell Amp with a Veil. So again, talking about how can they deal with this Timbersaw. I mean, sure, he's going the pipe, but still. They are going to be relying on Armel's Puck, of course, to be a big factor there.
Yeah, he and Cuckoo really need to do a lot of work in pushing these lanes out.
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to Dagon, honestly. Dagon this game could feel pretty good. Gonna go Blink next, at least.
I'm gonna need to do something about this Timbersaw.
I do agree with the Dagon idea, actually, just because they're gonna need to be...
Oh, what are the odds that there's a sentry there?
They must have seen him pick up that invis.
That's possible.
he
When did they
placed
drop
it.
it?
Like, you could hear the sound of Ninja Boogie placing it when he came flying
Yeah,
in.
he like lit. Oh, they stopped the TP. Timbersaw was going top to defend right here, so the stop at the TP, that's pretty big, and now Wyvern going to be tossed in on top of the Shadow Demon. The follow-up with the Avalanche, of course, and an easy kill. The tower now in trouble, so Timbersaw says, all right, I'll go for your tier 2 then.
You know what?
I don't think he's too concerned about it. I'm going to get a tier 2. I've got, you know, Juggernaut nearby. I've got my Witch Doctor too. We'll just take this tier 2.
Like, I guess when you're this far ahead, you'd like to not trade towers anymore, but a tier 1 for, or a tier 2 for tier 1, I should say, is still always a really
And that was the
good
Dream
deal.
Coil that was used. Not that oh, there's the drag coming back. More Tims cannot catch a break. This Batrider is just all about him. Tosses him back.
He's just gonna come straight
Blink in
on
3.
towards him.
2. Can he find him though? He doesn't find him. Oh, now
no.
he blinked too far. I can't find him.
Yeah, he's out. He's out, Cub Scout. Oh, he's trying to find him with the sticky.
He barely sees him there.
Oh,
Okay,
he
got
finds him. And it feels like he's just like, wait, what?
He's gonna toss him again at some point, right?
He's gonna keep his distance. The sticky napalm's not gonna allow that. He's just messing with him now. So yeah, it's going on top. Firefly.
Toasted marshmallow
He's
right
like, all right,
here.
kill me, please. I want to resurrect.
Yeah.
Cuckoo down.
Toss me if you dare.
Dream Coil. Timbersaw's coming in though. So King is just live as long as possible. Puts out the Maledict. Armel. That's a kill. That's not worth it, buddy. Maledict gonna tick. Nice job. With the phase shift. And it's not enough.
Oh my word.
Actually lives.
200 something hit points.
That was very risky. Oh, and the Juggernaut gets himself a...
So he goes Battle Fury. Interesting.
I think against the Treants and the Sprout as well, I think that's a good idea.
Why not the Maelstrom, though? We talked about it last game even. Again, great against Terrorblade for the magic damage. It's kind of the poor man's Battle Fury.
Like, but he's a rich man this game, and besides, you can't get sprouted up and, you know, go full RTZ when you've got that Battle Fury.
I guess having a Quelling Blade, built in is helpful. Okay.
It's a multi-tool.
So it's a multi-tool. It's not just farm amp this time. Also, I guess against the Treants in general, it's going to be pretty decent.
There's a lasso over here. They've got their eyes over onto the Wyvern. There's a lot of creeps though as well. Need to be careful that they don't do any assist, but they will actually burn down the Wyvern. They found themselves another friend over here, Tims. Tims is in for trouble. One more hit will do the trick, and that's a double kill.
Poor boy.
I wonder if that's the stack from earlier, by the way, that we were addressing.
I think it is.
anyone
took it yet.
Yeah, and now Batrider's just going to take it.
They found it. I know I said that Philo has been doing a really good job this game. He's just made this island over here his little kingdom of, well, death, actually.
Kingdom of Death, I like it.
Isn't that the OG place? The OG spot?
No, like the OG spot is like right there
That's
up on
the
the ramp.
OG spot. Like,
you know,
he's right on top
when
of
a
it.
team comes out of the Radiant base, like, phew, the siege is not here anymore, and they walk up there and they get blown up by, you know, a Phoenix and then Elder Titan and that sort of stuff. That's
Gotcha.
And then when Fly went to EG, actually EG started sitting there as well. That was really funny. So then you have both teams.
So it was a Fly spot.
I mean, it's OG spot for me just because that's funny.
It's also funny when you consider the fact it's like, oh gee, not again.
It's like the PG-13 reason why it's funny.
All right, Terrorblade's like, where did my stack go?
Yeah.
They left one dragon for him, at least.
He get a creep.
The BM Dragon.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Timbersaw choosing to get the 100 damage talent at 15 over the reactive armor stacks. I think, you know, it's kind of a trade-off that we see there a bit, but...
Yeah. No, because they need someone to hit the towers, right? Because that's something that they really don't have on WG right now.
True.
We saw before that sieging with the Juggernaut is pretty difficult if they have all of this damage from range. So instead, the Timbersaw is just going to sit there and soak it all up, and he's going to be hitting pretty hard in the meanwhile.
Oh, Timbersaw goes in. It was Tiny kind of going in first, but Wyvern's one caught back here. He has a curse, unable to get it off. He's dead for 30.
Wyvern couldn't even do anything. Tim's just hightailing it out of there. Does not want it.
But yeah, he knows what's happening next if he stays. You're getting the short end of the stick too many times.
So there's the Shadowblade purchase on Interest Profit, going the Maelstrom first.
I guess it's reasonable to just go your little bit of farm amp first because you're going to have a bit of time. But yeah, now he's really on the clock to get that Silver Edge going. They're running out of space. They're running out of heroes to throw at WG.
Oh, Tim's, he's going to be found again. Dominating streak now for the Timbersaw.
His pickoffs are just going super well for them. I don't think we've seen them take like a full-on fight in a while.
No.
Off the side of TNC, they're just getting picked off too fast. This Batrider, Layla's just been finding all the stragglers, all the lost wayward souls that happen to be over, you know.
He's been the MVP so far, definitely.
He's going Boots of Travel next as well. I freaking love that. Boots of Travel in general is so strong, and with TNC, you know, being like they are gonna try to split push their way out of it, right? We could see that from the start, but this Batrider is always going to be able to deal with waves.
It's a nice Dream Coil over here with the Waning Rift double on it. It's almost as if there was a Grimstroke in this game, the way that just lined up perfectly.
So that was greed there from WG Unity. They were trying to protect the double damage. Rin instead, not only do they both die, but they give it up to Armel as a result. And talk about an opening for TNC. They're going to push mid with this.
A bold teleport. Let's see if it works out for him.
He's got the got that pipe online. He's pretty tanky. Yeah, they can't do it. Oh, there it is. There's the drag back over
found their boy.
Tims again. Nice curse coming through. We're gonna hold him in place, allow Tims to get himself out.
That's just what's going on. Like Vilo just really wants to hug Tims, man.
He heard he's a very happy guy, and the you know, positivity attracts death apparently.
That is rough though. They were hoping to get anything out of the double pick off there, but not today. WG is just not flinching, and I must say, after that first game, I was a little bit doubtful to see if they could actually do that, because the tilt was a real possibility, and it just really has not happened at all.
Kuka's got to just get out of there.
Yeah.
My goodness.
No, Lasso was on cooldown. Let's see a smoke play here. Shaping up for it at least. Oh, there's no smoke, so never mind.
Casual D ward though, easy. Easy gold, easy ward.
Yeah, that was very important. And I mean, they have sentries all over that place now because...
And they're finding all their wards, wow.
Well,
Nico's going pretty deep there.
One more left. But yeah, that had to be full of wards, right? If you see how much Velo was up in there.
Oh, they've got the dust over here for this Prophet.
Yeah, he's toast this time.
Dragging him back. That's some,
just marinating
some
in a little bit there.
campfire
Yeah.
smoke coming off there.
This is a game where Blink Dagger actually feels decent on Juggernaut. He's going to go the Butterfly route, it looks like, for now, but to really get on heroes like the Puck, you know, the back lines, the Wyvern or whatever.
Is this support just trying to solo Armel?
Yep.
He's doing a pretty decent job of it as well.
Keeping him away.
Shadow Demon. It's very easy to underestimate how much damage a Shadow Demon can do.
So that's the first Roshan kill this game, if I'm not mistaken. So he just picked up.
TNC has sort of stopped the bleeding though. Like they've been steady at about 5k disadvantage for a while now, which is a decent sign that there's actual life in this draft. And yeah, a little bit greedy from Velo here.
It's going to be a streak stopper too, right? A 4-kill streak stopper. Armel picks it up. 467 gold going his way.
It's also 4 heroes jumping on a Batrider.
Well, they're going to smoke with this though and look for another pick.
They have so many smokes left now. They really want this mid tower by now. Like it is time, but the waves are just pushed out so far every single time. Timbersaw is going to be pushing, the Juggernaut is going to be pushing, and of course that Batrider can always go anywhere.
Juggernaut.
Maybe a little too greedy here, my friend.
Been on top. The Sprout kind of blocking him in, but the Cold Embrace, of course, going to help save the day. Keep his teammate alive. Toss in. Remember, he has an Aegis after all this. Also has the Omni Slash. If he gets that teammate support, they are making their way over. Nico, baby, he doesn't want to pop either, though, and he's not going to have to. He actually lives through all that.
That's pretty close. Looks like Witch Doctor was trying to come in and provide some support here, but...
He got Maldic down, though. Yeah, Terrorblade has to be very careful. Maldic on him. So he's running.
BKB getting picked up now for Terrorblade too, so stun himself that Tome, and Boots of Travel picked up now over on...
so many Boots of Travels.
Yeah, it's popular this game.
Ooh, that was super close on that Jug. Get the kill over on the Courier as well.
Dire Courier. Yeah, TNC is just doing anything they can right now. They've been throwing Tims at WG all game. Now they get the Courier snipe again, which is really valuable actually.
They picked up the Blink Dagger though on the Tiny too over on the side of TNC, so that might make a big difference here.
So they are hitting some timings. How much is it gonna matter? Like, one of the danger signs for WG here is that they still haven't broken high ground yet, and they haven't even been close. And the time is starting to tick up.
Not having that Courier means he won't be able to pick up the Butterfly right here just yet. He's going to go to the side chop though, so I guess he'll have it. In fact, okay, it purchases it.
Yeah, it's just in his stash, right? He can walk back for that. That's worth it. He could even have someone, like his teammates have Boots of Travel. Just, hey, Batrider, bring me that stuff.
Well, Shadow Demon just got a Glimmer Cape too, so I think he's going to head back. I'll probably hand it off to him.
Wyvern in for a little bit of trouble here. Chalk getting thrown out. And Timberchain actually not connect, knocks him down though onto that look, and they still find the kill though. Toss coming up. Oh, Batrider already trying to force himself away. He's got that Veil on him here, trying to run himself out. He's actually still alive. He's gonna try to get bottled through that just a little bit. They'll turn back around. They're gonna lose Tims.
Who's this? Nature's Prophet? He's trying to pick him up with the Shrine.
No, he's not gonna do it.
Yeah, Cuckoo unable to make the opportunity there.
Yeah,
it was a nice thought,
he's probably going to try to cut the wave top.
We'll see. Okay, yeah, the Quarterstaff is on Shadow Demon. So, yep, we got the Glimmer. Going to bring it over. That's going to be a full Butterfly completed.
And this is where you siege. Like, they have the Timbersaw behind
Timber's
the tower
already in there. He's just like, guys, you want to join me? Thanks.
That's where his spot is, right?
Yeah, BKB. Oh, the BKB and the waste on it. They pull it back, and there is a Witch Doctor putting a lot of damage down. Gets the Sunder off, but it doesn't matter. Nico, baby. Cleaning up Gabby. They're just right in this base.
Glimmer actually helped keeping him alive, too. So even with the big Sunder, it didn't matter in any side of it.
Did he have Metamorphosis already? He was Metaphor, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was already Meta.
On cooldown.
Ooh, so if he buybacks now, there's not really too much power on it anyway.
That's such an awful voice line. He will be forever alone. Yikes.
Ooh. Like.
Well, TNC feeling pretty alone right now.
Only said that to people on the internet.
I mean, there are people on the internet still, right?
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Hacker man.
I guess so. Slightly impolite when you actually know them.
Where are we going with this?
I don't know. We've been casting for a long time today.
Is doing a lot of work.
Unity is going straight up.
How do you deal with this Timber? Like, that's the question, right? You can't. Like, this guy's just running around, rolling around your base.
And to be fair, they dealt with it earlier on better than I almost expected, but it just, if anything...
Just look at Nico Baby, just like objective-based gaming.
I think Nico Baby on Juggernaut was actually more impressive in that sense. Like, the fact that he was able to get so much farm, going the Battle Fury proved to pay off. But yeah, Bello also, another lasso. That's another dead Gabby.
BKB Gabby gets the Sunder off. He's going to turn back around. And again, we said that's a good way to kind of deal with this Timbersaw, but still alive and kicking here. Lincoln's going to get popped. Looks like Jug going to have to spin himself out.
Oh, but that Timbersaw wins.
They took down Gabby.
Yeah, Timber just able to withstand throughout it, of course. Eventually got the kill on Terribly, as mentioned, and buyback on Batrider even. So
kill.
He's going to bots in, and now Armel's in trouble.
Oh, boy.
Doesn't have lasso, so wasn't able to catch him there.
They call GG, though.
That's it. We're going game 3.
They called it.
They did it.
As we all expected.
Yeah, this is actually pretty... I think this is the first one where we've all gotten it right.
Yeah. I mean, it was also such a clear draft win. Like, I've been, you know, slightly arrogant in the past, being like, nah, you can't. But you also have to believe that, right? As a coach, you can totally outplay your way out of, like, a draft loss. Yeah, have to believe that. Otherwise, you might as well tell your team to call GG after the draft. It's like, yeah, sorry, bad one, captain. Let's redo this one, number 3. No, you can't. But in this case, I think Timbersaw can just really clean up a game like that. So with the under damage and with how incredibly tanky that man was, there is just no way of stopping him.
Yeah. It's the Timbersaw, again, we all predicted it as far as just being a very, very good pick, but maybe it was the space that he helped create too, but I go back to Velo on Batrider.
Yeah,
that matchup,
that Batrider was on point.
We knew going into it was also going to be good, but on top of that, just the movement that he had. The drums, I do think the drums buff, or the change, is an absolute buff to a hero like Batrider, and he took full advantage of that too, so... Great draft. Great draft for WG Unity.
Playing solo a lot and just making the most out of it. It was really very nice.
It stuck out in my mind, too, when they were going into the base. He was so patient and waited for Terrorblade to pop that BKB and then just dragged him out with the lasso. So it's like, all right, that's nice. I'm just going to waste your time, hold you here.
Yeah.
Everything. Hey, did you put the marks down?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's get our tally up here.
All right.
I want them points. Winning is fun.
You have 4. We both have 3.
We're coming for you, Kips. We're coming for you.
Coming back here.
Well, we're going to go now, guys, to a short break, and then we're going to go to game number 3 between these two teams.